evening, everyone. Welcome back. It's Richie. It's match preview time on this Friday evening for Ipswich Town versus Preston North End tomorrow at Portman Road with a 3 p.m. kickoff as Kieran McKenna's men look to bounce back from last Saturday's defeat away at the Blades. 9th place Preston are the visitors tomorrow. We'll get into all of that tonight. We'll have a look at the team news, a bit of transfer news, and we'll also talk about the potential bubble for Norwich City away. So if you're travelling to Norwich, stay tuned because I've got a few little snippets. Anyway, let's have a look who's in the chat. Firstly, Jack is in, Phil's in. Anyone else, get involved in the comments down below. Hit the like button. We'll go for 100 likes. It's the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications bell and head over to our sponsor, Bad Shirt Club, to check out their ranges of jackets, shirts, bucket hats. Use the code TSC30 at the checkout. Graham is in. Freezing Nashville, he says. What's the temperature, Graham? It's about 5 here tonight. Martin is in. James is in. So if you're getting involved live tonight, get involved in the comments. If you're watching back on YouTube, always we have loads of comments over there. Get involved with your match predictions and your lineup predictions and any transfers or strikers that you want at the football club before the 7 p.m. deadline on Monday. Andrew is in. We'll get into that in a minute, Phil. Who are we signing? Are we signing anyone? Also, head over to the final whistle on YouTube. Me, Jack, and Steve. We do a show every round of championship games. The latest episode is over there. If you could hit the like button over there, it'd be great because we're looking to hit 100 likes. We've never hit 100 likes on a show. We are on 97. So I just need 3 of you to go over there now, hit the like button over there, and then you come back. Well, you could do both. You can watch us, hit the like button over there, and after we've finished here, head over there. We'll probably do about 15-20 minutes. Graham says it's -2. Pete's in. It's cold in Spain. I think it's cold everywhere. It's January. One good thing, everybody, today. What is it today? It's payday. Everyone's a lot happier tonight, and February is a very short month. It's only a 4-week month. Before we know it, we'll be into March. We'll have lighter evenings, but the season will be on the way to the finish line. So James says, how detrimental will it be to the rest of our season if we don't sign a striker? Well, Kieran spoke today at the press conference. He just batted it away. It's possible that we might not sign anybody, he said, but he did say, I think when he done the press conference after, I think it was Bristol or before the Bristol game, there was no signings. Then a couple of days later, Anis Mehmeti turned up. So there you go. I'm as much in the dark as anybody else. Adrian says it's a 2-1 win. You're getting ahead of yourself, Phil. We're not into February's games yet. We will discuss that after Preston tomorrow. So let's have a look at the league positions for Preston. They are 9th. Town are 3rd. We have 48 points. No, we don't. We have 50. Preston have 43. Town have scored 48 goals. Preston have scored 36. Ooh, they're on a bit of a losing run. Lost to Middlesbrough 4-0. Lost 3-0 at home to Hull. Lost 1-0 away at Derby. Lost away in the FA Cup. No, it was at home actually to Wigan. Ryan Lowe returning. Previous meetings in all competitions. Played 32. 11 wins for Town. 12 for Preston. 9 draws. Obviously, it was 1-0 back in August on the 23rd. It was a 1-0 win. And then on the February 24, 3-2 win for Preston at Deepdale. 7th October, the last time these two teams met in the Championship. It was Ipswich Town 4, Preston 2. It was Brandon Williams running like a gazelle on the plains of the Serengeti. If you know what that is, you will know that that was from, I think it was about 97 on the end of season video, Mauricio Taricco against Crystal Palace. He was belting down that right towards the north stand and crashed it in off the bar, but it was Tarico-esque from Brandon Williams. It was a great game. It was one of them games where it was to and fro. There was a lot that season. A lot more, I'd say, functional this season. So, Adrian says, are the under-21s games live anyway? I think possibly they will be on Town TV. Yes, Phil Blundell, Brandon Thomas Asante had a 3-game ban ratified today by the FA, so he's missing in the next 3 games. Preston will be aiming to complete a league double over Ipswich for the first time since 2008-2009 when they beat them at home 3-2 and 2-1 away under Alan Irvine. They've lost their last 3 championship games without scoring a single goal. Nunes has assisted 7 goals. So that's from that. Let's have a look over on FootMob. We'll go over here, see if this is actually working properly tonight, because it wasn't working earlier. News, matches. I'm clicking on Ipswich. It's not. Oh, here we go. Matches. Ipswich versus Preston is the next match tomorrow in the Sky Bet Championship at Portman Road. John Busby is on the whistle. He is the referee. And let's have a look how Preston lined up last time out. It was a 3-5-2 in the 4-0 defeat. So Walton's in goal because Daniel Everson is injured. Back 3 of Gibson. Story, who is suspended. He got a red card, so he won't be playing. And a fire. Paul Valentine, McCann, Whiteman, Alfie Devine, who's on loan from Spurs. Lewis were the 5 across the middle. 2 up front, Dobbin and Jefferson. Obviously, they are managed by Paul Heckingbottom. Cornell on the bench. There's a blast from the past. So obviously, Osmajic, I can never pronounce his name. Osmajic. He's red carded. He's suspended. He's a bit of a loose cannon, so he's out. They've got a few injuries. Everson groin till mid-February. Robbie Brady calf till mid-Feb. So that's them. Town's injury list is obviously Ashley Young. He's got a hip problem. Jurat Bomb could be involved tomorrow, Kieran said, so we'll have to keep our fingers crossed for him. Better news on Philogene and Nunes. One of them, not quite sure who, could be available for Pompey. On Tuesday night, we are heading down to Fratton Park. And obviously, we've got Connor Townsend, who is on the long term. Tomorrow, I think, be a few changes for Town. Obviously, Christian Walton with the new contract will be in goal. There you go. Nigel says under 21s is on Palace TV at 7 p.m. on YouTube. So if you want to go and check that out, I'll try and finish by 7, and then you can all go there and watch that. So Walton in goal. Davis will return at left back. Furlong will be your right back with Greaves and Kipray, who's all right. He got one in the neck, I think, last Saturday. Kieran said he's fine. Matasiwa in the middle, and I think Jens Kajust probably comes in tomorrow. I'd like to start Dan Neil, if I'm being honest, but don't think he's obviously going to be probably match fit because he's not played hardly any minutes this season. He'll be on the bench. He'll come off the bench second half. Pretty certain about that. I would expect Mehmeti to make his home debut in the 10. Jack Clark on the left. Wes Burns will be my pick on the right-hand side. I mean, we've got him, we've got Eggerly, and we've got Casey McAteer. We've spent nearly 40 million on McAteer. Eggerly, not really got much of a return from either of them. Wes is still our best right winger. He is still our best right winger after he's 11 months out from injuries, returned. He looks fit, he looks sharp, and he knows exactly what Kieran wants from him. He stays wide on that touchline, plays high, gets in behind the fullback, gets his crosses in. Obviously got his goal at Coventry. So he's who I'm picking there tomorrow. And then up front, I think it's going to be Azon. It's a toss-up between him and George Hurst. I'm not exactly confident on either of them. I know Azon played well against Bristol City at home. So obviously I would think he'd get the shout because Hurst had a really, really poor game last time out at Bramall Lane. His touch was off. He looks a bit sluggish. He looks really short of confidence. So he will probably have to settle for a place on the bench and probably come on in the second half. Town still scrambling around, looking for a number 9. We've had links this week with Joel Pirro, think he's going to stay at Leeds. Sam Surridge, who is in the MLS. 31 goals, 3 assists this season. People will say it's the MLS. So there you go. Adam Armstrong have been linked. Looks like he's probably going to go to Borough. We'll have to wait and see. You know, it closes at 7 p.m. on Monday, so I'm sure there's still plenty of stuff going on. McKenna says Baggett will stay at Town for the rest of the season. Little bit of chat today about Sammy Snodix in the presser. Not received an acceptable offer yet from either Derby or Wrexham. It looks like if we do get an acceptable offer, he will probably be off. So, and they're not looking to replace him because they've got quite a lot of players in that area. So, looks as though if the money comes in, Sammy's going to be heading off. I think we need to be really careful. If I'm being honest, I can see this one coming back to bite us in the backside if he goes to Wrexham. I just think he's obviously he done quite well last year. I thought playing off the left. This season, started the season, been injured, doesn't really, for me, suit that number 10 position. So I think if we get a decent offer, he's probably going to go. But Wrexham are a rival, could potentially meet them in the playoffs if we fall out of the top 2, or we're not in the top 2 at the minute, if we don't make the top 2. So I think it's one of those where football has a very, very funny way of coming back and biting you on the backside. So Sammy Smodix, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. He'll probably be involved tomorrow off the bench, but potentially that could be the last time that we see him. I'll get score predictions at the end. Today, from a couple of sources, I had some news about the game at Carrow Road in April. Obviously, it's on the Sunday with an early kick. No, it's on the Saturday. Is it Saturday? I think it's on the Saturday with an early kickoff. Yes, the 10th. I think it's the 10th. Phil's gone for 5-0. He's getting way carried away. We're not doing score predictions yet, Phil. Wait your turn. Chill out. Listen to what I'm going to tell you about Norwich, because this will probably have an impact on you. Yeah, I think it's the 10th. I think it's a midday kickoff. Obviously, no trains running that day. And this wasn't a surprise. I've heard a few rumours before and whispers, but Town have apparently ordered 45 coaches that will be departing from Portman Road for the game at Carrow Road. The only way you can get there is by coach, one of the club coaches, and that will be where you collect your ticket. So obviously, Swansea and Cardiff have done this. Southampton and Pompey, they've done that last weekend, and they've done it in the fixture earlier in the season. And obviously, look, the police want to control what's going on, where the Town fans are going. But I spoke to someone on the phone today. There's been no sort of, there's been no talks. There used to be a fans forum. They used to meet. I think it was every Saturday, once a month, or once every couple of months before the game. This is going back quite a few years. That's not in place now. So there's been no sort of communication with any supporters groups as far as I'm aware, which I think is a little bit poor, if I'm honest, because I think we're in 2026. We're all responsible for our actions. You know, we're adults. If you're traveling to Portman, to a football game, you should be behaving. So they're obviously going to take that out of people's hands. Trevor says, what if he lives in Norfolk? It doesn't matter where you live. There was a few, I put a tweet out on Twitter. There's some people, there's a guy called Geraint lives in, I think he lives in Wales. There's people live in Norfolk. You're going to have to come to Portman Road. You're going to have to come to Portman Road, I believe, and you're going to have to collect your ticket. And that is the only way that you can travel to the game. It's called a bubble. They keep everyone in the bubble. You know, you get there safely, you get dropped off, get your coach back, and then you go home. And you've probably, it's going to annoy a lot of people, I would have thought. But there's been so far no communication with any supporters. You know, this is only a rumour. but I think there's more than one person I've heard of what's going on, and I think someone contacted Suffolk Police. So I'm not really sure what they are saying, but is this what would happen moving forward if it was a success? Possibly. You know, I think you should be able to travel there if they say this is a designated where you can park. I know, what do we get, 2,000? It's probably going to be easier for the police, Norfolk Police, to police and contain the town fans. I do get that a little bit. I just think communication, you've got to communicate with people, let them know what's going on. I don't think personally it's the greatest away day, if I'm honest. Norwich away, you march from the station, you haven't got a designated away pub, which they have when they come in. I know it's a little bit different because the station hotel is literally right on the doorstep where you come out of the station. Jack says, would you have to pay for the coach? That I'm not sure, but I don't think it's going to be free, is it really? When you think about it, match ticket will probably be about 40 quid. So it'd be better if the club would say, right, we will cover the cost of the coach. But we'll just have to wait and see. We're nearly into February, so it will soon come around. It will soon come around, Norwich. But yeah, just a little bit of news there. Right, another 3.5 minutes on staying. Get your score predictions in down below. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow at Portman Road? I am live on Sunday morning at 10:45 on Where the Town Walk. It's on YouTube, and we are looking for people to subscribe to that channel. We got 580. We need another 20 people to get to 600. So if you're watching now, or if you're watching on catch up, just pop over there, hit the subscribe button for us. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, but we're not normally live, but because it goes out normally on a Monday night, with the game at Pompey on the Tuesday, we want to get more people watching. So we'll be live Sunday morning at 10:45. If you're about, come and watch it. I will put a link on my socials, so it would be handy if you can come and have a look at that and get involved. It's always a good chat, about half an hour we normally do. So there's a show from last week which I wasn't on because it was my birthday. If you haven't watched that, go and check that out. Right, let's go through. Phil Blundell says 3-0, Eric 2-0, Mike 4-0, James goes for a 2-1 Town, Shane says 3-0, 3-1 says Martin, Graham says 2-1, Andrew says 2-0. That's what I'm going to go for. Preston, the visitors, on a bad run. They're going to come and sit in. Greg is in. Atuiro. He's in New Zealand. He says it's morning there. What's the temperature, Greg, over there? But I'm going to go for a 2-0 Town win. Get back to winning ways tomorrow, and then we can look ahead to February and the 4 league away games and the FA Cup game at Wrexham. So yeah, 2-0. No mistakes tomorrow. We should hopefully get the 3 points. Obviously, Norwich are at Borough. Coventry are away at QPR. So Phil says he's not bothered about the cup. I don't think you're the only one, mate. It's on a Friday night, so long old trek down there. But yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. But yeah, we'll go for 100 likes. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow night for the match review. And hopefully it's good news, and hopefully Town have got the 3 points. Enjoy your Friday, and enjoy the game tomorrow. All the best.